A very good morning to Harriet Pryor, Dave Reed and Flex. We start the show with Manchester United because there's been some big developments in the last 24 hours with news of two potential incomings, Casemiro and Antony. Dave, what is the latest with Casemiro?
Yeah, this is getting close to being agreed. Manchester United and Real Madrid close to agreeing a deal for Casemiro. The fee is €60 million with €10 million in add-ons, so that equates to just over £50 million initial fee and £8.5 million with add-ons. The contract on offer from Manchester United is a 4-year deal with the option of a further 12 months. That's not uncommon when it comes to contracts having options on the club side. The deal, though, unlikely to be completed before the big Monday night football against Liverpool. He requires a visa to enter the country, but this deal is getting closer to being agreed between United and Real Madrid.
Now, we've been talking so much about Manchester United this summer, Flex, but when it comes to this one, it feels like, as we've just said there, it's getting closer to being a done deal. Is Casemiro the right fit for what Manchester United need right now, though?
I think he can tick a lot of boxes for Manchester United. It is quite intriguing for me, actually. I mean, in terms of needing that position sorted, Manchester United have needed a defensive midfielder for so long now. And finally, they're getting one who comes with high calibre. You know, he's won multiple titles at Real Madrid, 5 Champions Leagues, has the steel, has the muscle, has the winner's mentality, has the experience. But the intriguing side of it for me is the footballing side of it, because, you know, part of why he's so good in that Real Madrid side is because they have progressive ball carriers like Toni Kroos, like Luka Modric, people who can put in a lot of legwork like Valverde. And he plays at the base of that and is kind of like a conductor in terms of stamping out attacks and maybe giving the ball to more progressive players. Manchester United don't necessarily have that, but there is a relationship there to be had with the likes of Fred. They play together in the national team, and what I've been told that Manchester United see this as a fantastic signing in terms of, you know, making Manchester United more stable in that area of the pitch. So I'm intrigued to see what sort of impact he will have. It's a position at Manchester United, you know, we've needed it for a long, long time. But does he have that impact away from that Real Madrid side that is sometimes on the back foot? They don't play a high press. Casemiro is not known as a Kante-esque you know, defensive midfielder, in my opinion, getting about the pitch and getting after people. He's less mobile than that, but he does bring steel, he does bring grit, and he does bring pedigree. And just off the back of what Dave was saying, I was told this morning, contrary to reports, that he's, you know, on double the wages. That is not the case. You know, there is an improvement in terms of wages, but that is very much based on performance-related targets, i.e. whether Manchester United make it to the Champions League or not.
I'm sure we'll be talking all about this, and one thing we can see just here, most expensive transfers of players over the age of 30. Casemiro would be the 3rd highest, the first being Cristiano Ronaldo, Juventus, Real Madrid to Juventus in 2018, and then we have Pjanic as well, Juventus there to Barcelona in 2020, 59.4 million, and Casemiro fits in 59.2 million just there. Harriet, Manchester United's opponents on Monday are Liverpool. They brought in Thiago in 2020. There's plenty of talk about his age as well, but a player that had a wealth of experience, just like Casemiro has. So this could work well for Manchester United. Yeah,
well, as Flex was mentioning there, Casemiro is a proven winner, and he would come into Manchester United having this wealth of experience of winning trophies, and that's what we saw with Thiago as well. Liverpool kind of broke the mould when they signed Thiago, because they usually sign up-and-coming talent, younger players, not really these established players, but Thiago has come in and brought a level of professionalism and leadership that I feel like that midfield was sort of needing. And he's come in and you can see such a role model to the younger players, and they really look up to him, and he has that attacking spark in creative midfielding position as well. So I think that they'll be hoping at United that Casemiro will bring a similar level of leadership, a similar level of professionalism. He looks like a player who would add a lot to that United team. Where he'll fit in exactly and whether he'll have the players and the talent around him to be able to meet his full potential is another question. But I like this signing. I mean, it's maybe not one for 5 years' time, but for right now, I think it's what United leave. And yeah, if Thiago showed us anything, it is that signing a slightly older midfielder can work and can have a lot of benefits.
In a weird way as well, what's interesting about this is that it's the profile of the central midfielder. You know, we were chasing Frenkie de Jong for so long. Then it moves on to Rabiot. Then it goes to Casemiro. We're almost getting this up and down trajectory of the type of profile. You know, Casemiro couldn't be any different to the likes of Frenkie de Jong. So I would maybe put to the forefront that would we potentially be looking to play in a different way with Fred and Casemiro in a more combative style for that security, and then you're looking for a more progressive player in Christian Eriksen ahead of that, or the likes of Bruno, because if Casemiro was that important because he's been seen as an alternative, then maybe Manchester United, why have we not seen them go for him earlier in the window? But he was seen as an alternative that they could get and attain, and it does seem that way. But that's just something that I would bring to the forefront, as that's quite intriguing to me.
I think just picking up on Harriet's point there, when Liverpool signed Thiago, he was the cream on top of the cake, supplementing all the quality that Liverpool had. At the moment, the cake doesn't taste that good at United. And
all right, Dave. All right. All right.
Sorry, Flex.
Sometimes I don't mind it.
But you're right, they had so many emerging talents around him, and they were already such an established team, and he was coming into a team that had already won trophies, and he was supplementing that. So you're right, how is this going to work? On the flip side, to a Manchester United team that are really struggling, he's used to winning everything at Real Madrid, Casemiro. How is he going to come in and be that player when United need someone to look to and are really struggling?
Just on the profile situation as well, you see exactly what Flex was talking about earlier. You know, he's won everything: Champions Leagues, La Ligas, Copa del Rey, Super Cups, Club World Cups, everything, pretty much everything multiple times as well, apart from the Copa del Rey. But on the profile thing, I guess we shouldn't rule out United going for a Casemiro and Frenkie de Jong, or Casemiro and Rabiot, or even all three. I mean, we don't need to get too much into, you know, tactics and everything, but you can't imagine Casemiro having too much to do with the build-up phase from the goalkeeper. So you would expect then another Frenkie de Jong type of player to sit deeper and take part in those build-ups, and actually Casemiro maybe going further up the field to get away from that part.
Absolutely. And do you know what else as well? It's, in a weird way, Manchester United, we've needed a defensive midfielder to facilitate an attacking midfielder. The attacking midfielder leaves, we get a defensive midfielder that now it seems we need to unlock with an attacking midfielder. And it's like one goes out and you need the other to facilitate the other, and it's kind of a funny way of doing things. But look, on a positive, look, like you said, he's a winner. I think he can bring a lot. I'm just really interested to see the dynamics of how that works, because if we're trying to get Casemiro to start and initiate attacks, be press resistant, get on the half turn and drive with the ball, it's not his game. It's not his game. So I hope there's a plan for him, and that's where I think some sort of cautious optimism may come in from Manchester United fans.
Right, well, we'll continue that chat, I'm sure, all around Casemiro, but he isn't the only player that Erik ten Hag is chasing. There's another one, and it's somebody who they've been interested in for some time now, and that is Antony. Ajax have rejected a bid worth €80 million from Manchester United for him. Manchester United, though, are now deciding whether to make an improved bid. Harriet, why have Manchester United left it so late in the window for this one?
Well, that's the key question. And if you're a Manchester United fan, you'll be thinking that about a lot of signings. They keep sort of flitting between different names, different profiles of player. Antony is someone who would come in and be a really, really good signing for Manchester United. I think he's an exciting young talent. He's familiar with the manager. The manager's aware of him, has worked with him before. He's a young player, the one that could really come up and through the Manchester United ranks and be a star for them. So why have they waited? And when they've been interested since June, I believe, to make a bid now, it does seem a strange one. It feels like the longer the window goes on and the more desperate Manchester United are to sign a striker, the more the prices are going to go up for these attacking forward players, and the Ajax are going to know that they can hang around and wait for another bid to come in that's going to be a lot higher. It's already been an €80 million bid rejected. So what next, and why have they hung on so long? Maybe they got a bit distracted by other targets that haven't worked out.
So then, Flex, what could Antony bring to this Manchester United squad?
Well, much needed quality in the forward area. You know, you look at the likes of Anthony Martial, been in and out of favour. Marcus Rashford's been struggling with form. Jadon Sancho's been struggling with form. Pretty much all Manchester United forwards have been struggling with form and goals, apart from Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously, last year. He's an inverted winger as well, so a different style to what we currently have. And in one-on-one situations, you know, in terms of, you know, dribbling past players and having that acceleration from zero to moving, he possesses that thrust that maybe Jadon Sancho stylistically doesn't have. Jadon Sancho, more of a technical winger, needing more link-up play and wall passes and triangles to facilitate his best attributes. So Antony can definitely give Manchester United a different style of play. I was told this morning that in terms of another bid going in above 80 million, is probably unlikely. And they'll probably move on to other targets, which I'm sure we'll suggest.
And it's something we've been talking about during this window. I think United, there was an awareness at Old Trafford that what have they been criticised for in the past, and that's taking too long to sign players and overpaying for players. And actually, I think the Casemiro price is a fair price, and I also think actually that offer for Anthony is a fair price. And if United go above that, does that then stretch into the realm of United overpaying?
And the frustration comes because of that bit of earlier during the window. If Manchester United would have prioritised maybe over Martinez or instead of chasing Jurriën Timber, who ended up signing a new deal, they could have actually got Anthony for a cheaper price than now. And with the Frenkie de Jong situation not happening, maybe that's why they thought there's extra funds there. We now can pay that bid when it looked like they would, we were told that they'd been priced out and they weren't going to be going for that bid. So interesting to see what happens there.